Hey guys, today we're going to be talking about what metronomes are and how to practice with them using chords. So let's dive into that right now. All right, so what the heck is a metronome? Well, a metronome is a device that we as musicians use to keep track of the beat. Now, all the beat is the beat is a measurement of time. So just like we use clocks and stopwatches to keep track of minutes and seconds and hours and stuff like that, in music, the beat is just a measurement of time. The difference is, though, in usual time, a minute is a minute, a second is a second, an hour is an hour, and it's the same, right? With music, though, the beat can be fast or slow. So we use a metronome to help us keep track of that. And the measurement that we use for that is beats per minute. How many beats happen within 1 minute. Now here's the cool thing. A metronome is really going to help you develop your internal sense of timing and rhythm, which is crucial, and it's very important for you to develop that sense of timing. So let's get into some practice strategies that you can use to help you get better with your chords by using a metronome. Okay guys, so when it comes to getting a metronome, this is something that's super easy to access nowadays because you can just get apps on your smartphone. You can just Google metronome, and Google actually has a built-in metronome. You can use that. You can use an external standalone metronome unit. There's all sorts of things that you can do. Lately, I've just been using one on my phone, and let me show you this. It is Pro Metronome. I will throw up a screenshot right here, but it's a cool little app. It works out really, really good. I like it. There's all sorts of fancy stuff that you can do with this, but all you need it to do is click. That's it. That's all you need. Okay. That's the most important thing because this is keeping track of the beat. Now I do like this one because it has this giant wheel. So I can use this to slow it down, or I can use it to speed it up. So it's super easy for me to handle. And I've had a lot of students use this. There's a free version and a paid version. You know, this isn't sponsored or anything, but it's a good one. And I've had a lot of students enjoy it as well. So whether you're using an app on your phone or a standalone metronome or Google or something else, you're going to need a metronome to do what we're talking about today. And the other thing that you're going to want is a Metronome Speed Log. Now this can be as simple as a graph paper, but what I did is in the description to this video, I put a link to a free PDF Metronome Speed Log that I just put together for you really quick that you can just download for free. You can print off multiple copies if you need to. Not a big deal, but you can use the speed log to track how fast you're playing different things. Okay, so the number one thing that you can start practicing with your metronome is actually practicing chord changes. So let's say that you are working on learning some new chords, but you're having trouble changing between them. Using a metronome will actually force a little bit of pressure on you to change faster and to get those changes down better. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to set this right here. I'm going to do 50 beats per minute right here, right? I didn't think this out where to set it. And I'm just going to take two chords. I'm going to do G and C really quick. Just G and C like this. And the goal is when you're practicing chord changes with a metronome, what you're going to do is on the click, you change, you want to change and hit the chord on the click. So you're going to hit G, change C, G, C, G. And most people will tend to like speed up, but you want to make sure that you're doing really good with this. Now, as you get comfortable, then you just speed it up. Now, a really good benchmark for when you're really good at your chord changes between any pair of chords is about 60 beats per minute. If you can set a metronome to 60 beats per minute and comfortably change that means that you're good with that chord change. Okay, 60 beats per minute is a really good benchmark for being able to do that. So anytime you have two chords that you're struggling with, you can pull out the metronome and you can set it to 30 or 40 beats per minute or 50 beats per minute, whatever, and work until you can do 60 beats per minute with that chord change and do it nice and clean and comfortable. So that's the first way that you can get better with chords, by using a metronome. Hey guys, real quick, if you are enjoying this video on how to use a metronome to practice your chords, do me a favor and hit the subscribe button and hit the bell notification too, so that you'll be notified every time I upload a new lesson for you. Thanks a ton for subscribing. Now let's get back to our metronome practice. Now the next way that you can practice your chords with a metronome is by practicing your strum patterns and making sure that you are good to go in those. So if you didn't see my video about basic strum patterns, you can go check that out right here. I'll put the link to that down in the description as well if you want to go check that out. That'll give you 10 basic strum patterns that you can practice using a metronome. So here's what you do. First of all, you get your metronome and you set it to a pretty simple, easy pace, like 60 beats per minute. That's not too fast. That's pretty moderate. And then what you do is you just take a single chord and you practice your strumming pattern with the metronome. So for example, the first strum pattern that I like to have people do is actually whole notes. So you're just having to strum on one beat and hold it out for 4 beats. So that would go like this. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Piece of cake, right? But then you can use that with other ones. You can use it with your quarter notes. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Right? And you can do that with a single chord just to get the rhythm down for any of the strum patterns that you're working on. It is so hard to try to talk while the metronome is going because I want to talk in time with the metronome and it's driving me crazy. Okay, but once you can do the strum pattern like with a single chord, the next thing that you need to do is work on chord progressions with the metronome. So you're going to be actually changing chords. So again, you start out pretty slow with the metronome, but you need to be speeding it up. Okay, and you need to push yourself. This is where a lot of guitar players will handicap themselves saying, I can't play faster. You have to do it. You have to play faster. You can play faster. You are far more able to play strum patterns and stuff like that with a metronome at a faster speed than you think you are. You can do it. So with a chord progression, you can do this with your different strum patterns too. So you're going to go just start out really simple with 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, right? And then once you're comfortable there, you speed it up. Now here's the mistake most guitar players will make is they don't speed it up enough. They get comfortable at a moderate tempo and they quit speeding up the metronome. So what you need to do is you need to go faster than you think and get going stuff like this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, but the same thing applies for other strum patterns. You can start out pretty slow with them, where you're going like this. And a lot of people would think, okay, I'm comfortable there, and they wouldn't speed it up very much more. Maybe they'd get going about this fast. right? That's a moderate tempo. That's 80 beats per minute right there, okay? But what you need to do is you need to get faster with stuff. So this is 160 beats per minute, and I'm always surprised how many songs I write and play that are in this range. 3, 4. Right? You need to push yourself to do your strum patterns even faster than you think you're going to need to, or you think that you are able to. Don't just get comfortable going 80 or 90 beats per minute and then stop, pushing yourself to go faster. You've got to go faster. So make sure that you are doing that with your metronome. Now, one other thing that you can do with this is if you are into finger picking, you can practice your finger picking with this as well. So you could have a metronome going like this. Or even better, if you name this song in the comments, you'll get a shout out. I guess that's what I have to offer. So you can start slow and then speed it up. Even faster. But the idea is by using this metronome, tracking your speed for different things by using a metronome speed log, what you do is you just write down what it is you're working on. So if you're doing chord changes, you write down, okay, I'm changing from G to C or whatever the pair of chords is. And then you go, okay, today I got comfortable at 35 beats per minute. 40 was too fast. And then the next time you come back to it, you write down the max speed that you were able to go the next time. And the next time you work on it, you write down the max speed you're able to go that time, right? And so that way you can see yourself improving as you go faster and faster. And then you do this with songs and with your strum patterns too. You write down on your speed log, okay, I'm working on strum pattern number 7 and I got to 90 beats per minute today and it felt really good, right? So there's all sorts of different things that you can do that you track these with the metronome. So your metronome is the beat. It's the pulse of the song or the chord progression or whatever it is that you're playing along with. 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And the point is to develop your internal sense of rhythm and to always use this. Now, this is going to be really handy for you, and it's going to be something that'll really impact your playing in a lot of ways, because the most underrated yet most important thing as a guitar player is your rhythm. So having good rhythm, having a good sense of rhythm because you practice with a metronome and that metronome pushes you to get better is going to help you become a much better player a lot faster. So use this stuff, use these strategies to go practice your chords and to learn them more and to be able to change between them and do your strum patterns and play songs. You can use this for all sorts of stuff. All right, guys, so those are my tips for you to start practicing with a metronome. to get better with chords. So like I said, you can do that with your strumming, you can do that with your finger picking, but this is just going to be part 1 of how to use a metronome in your practice. I'm going to do another video on how to use a metronome to practice scales and arpeggios and things like that as well. So stay tuned and keep an eye out for that one. Now, if you have questions still about how to do this, do leave a comment down below and I'll get down there and help you out. But thanks so much for being here today and for watching the video. I do want you to have a gift. I have a gift for you at my website. If you go to simpleguitar.com/top10, there you can get the top 10 things to learn on guitar first, which is a free guide, 17 pages of stuff. It's the top 10 things that I teach beginners to get them playing more real music a whole lot faster so that they're having a lot more fun learning the guitar. So go to simpleguitar.com/top10. I want you to have that guide as my gift to you, my way of saying thank you for watching the video today about learning how to use a metronome to practice your chords. And then have fun doing this. Have fun with the Metronome Speed Log and getting better with your chords with a metronome. I know that if you're diligent about it and you spend a few minutes a day just practicing with a metronome to push yourself, it's really going to help you get a lot better way faster than you think. So thanks again for being here. Thanks for subscribing and liking and commenting, all that fun stuff. Have fun with the metronome, and I will catch you in the next video.